The only inflation I'm worried about is internal, and let me tell you, it's spectacular. Welcome to the fart economy, a booming, invisible market inside your intestines where supply, demand, and fiber collide in ways that would make any Wall Street economist weep with both admiration and horror. Hydrogen supply is up. Methane output is rising. Gut profits are surging. While the rest of the world frets about interest rates, stock bubbles, and cryptocurrency volatility, my microbiome is quietly running an unregulated, high-efficiency, 24/7 commodity exchange. Fiber, legumes, resistant starches, and vegetables are the currency, calories are the profit, and gas is the stock dividend. I work, I exercise, I count calories, and yet, day after day, this invisible internal market seems to outmaneuver me with ruthless precision. The scale of this economy is staggering. A simple salad, a bowl of oatmeal, or a modest serving of beans can trigger a cascading trade in short-chain fatty acids, hydrogen, and methane. Every bite of fiber becomes raw material for microbial investors who operate like ruthless hedge fund managers. Resistant starch? That's blue chip fuel. Lentils? High-yield commodities. Broccoli, cabbage, onions? Risky derivatives that can produce extreme volatility in the form of bloating, gas, and abdominal discomfort. You try to predict returns with calorie tracking and portion control, but your gut's internal market operates on its own rules, compounding profits where you expected deficits and distributing gas in unpredictable, humiliating bursts. The economic consequences are relentless. Chronic methane dominance slows transit, increases calorie absorption, and creates internal pressure that can last hours or even days. Calories that you thought you'd restricted are quietly reclaimed and stored, while gas accumulates as a byproduct of microbial profit maximization. While you sweat at the gym, fast for hours, or meticulously track macronutrients, the fart economy continues trading in energy extraction and gas production, producing returns that are invisible, inconvenient, and occasionally catastrophic in social situations. Every fiber-rich meal becomes a speculative investment, every snack a potential liability. The human host is both shareholder and unwitting taxpayer in a system that produces consistent profit for its microbial operators at the cost of dignity, comfort, and predictable metabolism. The volatility is psychological as well as physical. You sit in meetings, eat quietly at lunch, or try to enjoy a social gathering, and the internal market crashes unpredictably. Gas spikes, bloating peaks, and suddenly your body has declared a dividend without warning. You may try interventions, low FODMAP diets, probiotics, digestive enzymes, intermittent fasting, or fiber timing. These are akin to central bank interventions, temporary relief, minor corrections, but ultimately, the system adapts. Methanogens and fermenters are resilient, agile, and highly efficient. They recover, recalibrate, and continue to extract calories and produce gas, often in ways more dramatic than before. The human host cannot control, predict, or negotiate with these microscopic investors. Every effort at discipline is met with silent, unyielding competition from a metabolic powerhouse that has no concern for human comfort. Even foods marketed as healthy or gut-friendly become high-risk commodities in this economy. Leafy greens, prebiotic fibers, beans, lentils, and cruciferous vegetables are like investing in high-yield bonds, potentially beneficial, but with volatile returns in the form of gas, bloating, and subtle caloric reclamation. You may choose these foods with the best intentions, weight management, digestive health, or metabolic optimization, but the microbial market inside you is optimized to maximize profit, often at your expense. A meal intended to fuel wellness can become a full-blown internal trading floor, producing more gas and calories than you anticipated, while leaving you bloated, frustrated, and questioning your choices. The long-term consequences are sobering. Methane overproduction and chronic fermentation are associated with slowed intestinal transit, constipation, bloating, and subtle metabolic inefficiencies. Calories are reclaimed efficiently, energy balance is disrupted, and the human host is left dealing with persistent discomfort. Social situations become high-stakes arenas, where proximity, timing, and discretion are dictated by the internal economy you cannot see. Office chairs, date nights, social dinners, all become subject to risk management, contingency planning, and crisis response, none of which were part of the original meal plan. The cruelest irony is that this system punishes conscientious behavior. The more fiber you eat, the more you invest in microbial profits. The more you attempt to optimize digestion, reduce caloric intake, or follow dietary advice, the more effectively your gut operators extract energy and produce gas. Discipline and good intentions, meant to reward the human host, instead provide high returns to methanogens and fermenters, ensuring that the metabolic market consistently favors microbial investors over human participants. Effort alone does not guarantee dividends for the human host, only for the internal economy. In essence, the fart economy is invisible, relentless, and ruthlessly efficient. It turns fiber into fuel, calories into profit, and gas into a constant reminder that metabolism is not a solo operation. While the world obsesses over financial markets, interest rates, and inflation, my gut is quietly running a 24/7 commodity exchange that influences weight, bloating, transit time, and social comfort, all without my consent. Check your gut privilege before you judge someone's body, because in this internal economy, the rules are microscopic, invisible, and merciless. Inflation here is unavoidable. Profit is guaranteed for microbes, and human hosts are left to negotiate the fallout in bloating, gas, and unpredictable calorie absorption. The only markets that matter right now are inside your intestines, and the only inflation you really need to worry about is internal, invisible, and utterly humiliating.